This is the Vivobarefoot Tracker Decon Low Top. Now I know that's a lot of word stuff to say simultaneously, but I'm going to help you sort through all of them. So first of all, this is hands down the best Vivobarefoot shoe and one of the best barefoot shoes I've ever tried. And here's why. First of all, I'm an athlete. I play about 11 sports a week. You can try to guess them below in the comments. And I'm constantly searching for a cleat alternative, which means I want a barefoot shoe that has enough lugs and traction, which helps me play on grass or artificial turf. Because I spend so much time barefoot, if it doesn't have that traction, it's likely that I'm not going to be wearing that shoe often. What I play in a lot is the older model of the Vivobarefoot Soft Ground, and as you can see, it does have lugs that are quite grippy, but I still tend to slip a lot. Now, back to the Decon. So, first of all, it has lugs that are between the soft ground, like I showed before, but a little bit more than other Vivo shoes, like the firm ground, or in this case, the Ultra Bloom 3. It is wide toe box, like all barefoot shoes. It is made out of wool knit and leather, which means that the leather gives it a waterproofing, but the knit lining allows it to have a slip-on sock-like feel. So even though there are laces, the laces are just giving extra security. It is a slip-on shoe. It does come with a thermal insole, and because it's water resistant, it's quite warm. Now, I wouldn't say go in a snowstorm with it, but it has a thermal insole, which makes it a good winter alternative and kind of an all-you-can-fit shoe. Now, it's quite flexible, like all barefoot shoes, but, and here's the big but, it's a little more rigid, especially around the edges and the heel, than other barefoot shoes. But after a few times of wearing it, it does break in. So while it may not be as flexible as other Vivobarefoot shoes or other barefoot shoes that you're used to, it is quite comfortable. It has a little bit of a heel counter, which will really keep your foot supported when doing any sort of hiking, walking, running, going about town. And because of its unique make, it can kind of be a shoe that's good for everything. Now, let's go through the specs. So first of all, we spoke about the thermal insole. It has a 2.5 millimeter stack height along with the 4 millimeter lugs. It's made out of knit wool, leather, has elastic laces, and it has a nice little lacelet at the back to help slip it in. It does sell for $200. That is a lot for a barefoot shoe, but would you rather buy 4 barefoot shoes that will fall apart in a few months or need to bring them every time you travel, or would you rather buy one high quality shoe that you can use for any situation? I like this for hiking, walking, running, tennis, flag football, rugby, you name it. It has a really, really slick design. You do want to realize that it does run a little bit big, so I got my size 42, which means that my toes ended around here, which is a little bit problematic, especially if you're playing sports in them, but my foot is 10 millimeters wide, which means that if I got any size down, it would be a little bit too narrow for my foot. So if you're 10 millimeters or up, make sure you're size 42 or above, and just by tightening the shoe, you'll make sure that it's a good extension of your foot. Because of the leather, it's not vegan, and you can also add a little bit of extra waterproofing along the seam. Another thing I really like about it is that some Vivobarefoot shoes have the tendency is that the outer or the bottom disattaches from the top after time. Here, they glued it on and they sewed it on. So you can really, really see the stitching along the line, which really, really makes it a secure shoe. And I have a feeling this is not only my favorite Vivobarefoot shoe, but it's actually going to be one of my longest lasting Vivobarefoot shoes. So in a few days, I'm flying to a colder climate with my national team, and I need something waterproof? Check. I need something that I can play and coach in? Check. I need something that's warm enough? Check. I need something that looks aesthetically pleasing to go out and about in town? Check. So instead of having to bring 4 shoes, I'm only bringing 1. Now we're just going to show you the shoe in a little bit of a close-up so you can see how it looks. This is front, side, back. We spoke a lot about the lugs, a little bit sideways. Okay, as I said before, it's super flexible. It's a really, really nice shoe. I'm actually going to practice tonight in it. It's fantastic as a clean alternative. It beats my favorite one, the soft ground. And if you want to see just a quick flexibility test, see the difference. This is after using it for a few days. The soft ground is a little bit more flexible, but that's also because I've been wearing the soft ground for I think 2-3 years. Has the Vivo logo on the back, and yeah, that's about it. So they also have a high version of this for those who like boots, and it just means that this knit lining just kind of sits a little bit higher. So if you're looking for like really, really to hike in snowstorms, if you really, really want that extra warmth, you like the high ankle tops, that you can get the Decon high top. But I don't like anything that restricts my ankle mobility. So I'm always going to kind of look for that low shoe. And I'm truly, truly in love with the shoe, the Tracker Decon. I do have to disclaimer, I did receive these shoes in exchange for my honest opinion. But other than that, of course, my opinion is my own. Peace out and happy shoe hunting.